From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Carl Konevsky.
Among Delaware's top stories for Friday, April 20th, no working smoke detectors led to the death of a woman in a house fire in Holloway Terrace. Wilmington City Council members vote to throw more of your tax money to a new public works yard. And Governor Minner asked Delawareans to join a nationwide tribute to the victims of the shooting at Virginia Tech. Here are the details. A woman was killed and a home destroyed by fire in Holloway Terrace early yesterday morning. WDEL's Melanie Armstrong has the story.
The fire started on the first floor of the home in the 400 block of 10th Street in Holloway Terrace shortly before 3 a.m. A 47-year-old woman and her son were inside.
When the fire company arrived, the front of the building was heavily involved. One of the subjects had been able to escape through dropping out of a second-story bedroom window. And he made the fire department aware there was a person still in the building. And once they had the fire under control, they were able to locate the body of a subject.
Neighbors heard screaming and glass breaking. The fire was so intense, 2 cars parked in front of the home burned. There were no working smoke detectors in the house.
I believe it's the 9th fire we've had, and only one of the fires was there a working smoke detector. So. And certainly in this case, it would have made a great difference.
The home was destroyed despite the Holloway Terrace Fire Company being just a few blocks away. Melanie Armstrong, 11:50 a.m., WDEL.
County police have one suspect in custody in a double shooting last week, but are hoping you can help them find the second. County police tried to pull a car over on Kemper Drive in Sparrow Run yesterday, but the driver led the cops on a chase before he and his passenger bailed out. The passenger, Kevin Pollard, was caught, but the driver, Evan Honey, got away, and the search of the area using dogs and the state police helicopter came up empty. The two are wanted in connection with 2 teenage boys found with gunshot wounds in Christiana last Friday morning. Police say they've arrested the 8 leaders of a major cocaine distribution ring that operated in Newcastle, Newark, and Wilmington. The 7 men and 1 woman who live in Newark and Wilmington were pulled over in the Route 40 area after state troopers and Wilmington police saw them leaving a house on Auckland Drive in Newark yesterday morning. Police also seized more than 4 pounds of cocaine, 6 cars, and thousands of dollars. One of the biggest projects in the city's history is seriously over budget, but millions of dollars of your tax money will help the public works yard relocation stay on track. WDEL's Curtis Gray explains.
The margin was narrow, but City Council has approved a proposal to amend the 2004 budget to cover a $6 million shortfall in the building and relocation of the new public works facility. The move allowed businesses and housing to move to the riverfront. Public Works Commissioner Cash Srinivasan disputes the notion of a budget overrun for the project.
We call it a cost overrun. It was simply a cost that was simply not accounted for in the beginning.
Councilman Charles Potter calls it a cost overrun and voted against the original plan that saw the city sell the land to be developed for about $9 million.
It was based on the fact that I thought that we could get more value for that land that we sold. And then in addition to that, we had to incur an exorbitant expense of building a new public works facility. Now we're at the point that there's been a 25% cost overrun, estimated somewhere close to $6 million or more dollars, and we have to eat that.
The developer agreement was set up in 2 parts. One part was a cost for what the developer knew he could control and what was clearly defined in the project. And in fact, that price was about $24 million. There was another part of the project that the developer really didn't have any control over, and that had to do with other items that the city intended to put as part of the project, which were really undefined at the time that the developer agreement was entered into.
The cost of the state-of-the-art building on Terminal Avenue is about $30 million. I'm Curtis Gray, 11:50 a.m., WDEL.
Now may be your best time to purchase a home in the city of Wilmington. Details when WDEL News continues in a moment.
You could spend your money at the gas pump, or you could spend it on those sexy pumps at your favorite store. Let DART do the driving. Travel smart. Choose DART.
About 150 Delaware National Guard members have been called to active duty as part of President Bush's troop surge in Iraq. The Guardsmen, members of the 153rd Military Police Company, are expected to be in Iraq for about a year beginning June 18th. The 153rd, formed in 1997, was activated in August 2002 for Operation Desert Spring in Saudi Arabia, supported the launch of the Iraq War in 2003, and returned home just last month from service on the Arizona-Mexico border. A state lawmaker says he wants all college campuses in Delaware to install warning sirens. State Representative Joe Moreau, a Pike Creek area Republican, says he'll introduce a bill in response to the tragic shooting on the campus of Virginia Tech. Moreau says one of the lessons learned is that students and faculty on the Blacksburg campus weren't aware of a potentially dangerous situation developing. The bill calls for any institution with more than one building at a single location install warning sirens, and that those sirens be tested every 6 months. Governor Minner, meanwhile, calling on Delawareans to pay tribute to Virginia Tech shooting victims in an audible way. Minner is asking Delawareans to ring bells at noon today in remembrance of the 32 people gunned down by Jo Seung-hui on Monday. Virginia Governor Timothy Kaine has written to his colleagues nationwide asking that their states join in the noontime bell ringing. It looks like China is interested in importing more Delaware chicken. Officials with the Delmarva Poultry Institute says a trade agreement with China would be a big boost for farmers in the region and the 4 poultry companies, Tyson Foods, Purdue Farms, Mount Air, and Allen Family Foods. Governor Minner says she expects face-to-face negotiations to begin soon. If you're considering buying a new home, the city of Wilmington may be a sound investment. WDEL's Curtis Gray tells you why.
A partnership with the County Board of Realtors and a number of other groups is making this exhibit showing hundreds of homes for sale possible. The exhibit contains existing and planned housing projects in the city. Mayor Baker says the Housing in Bloom project is possible because so many groups realize the potential of the city.
It's one by one, you make a change and you improve the city by everybody working together with the understanding that you're living in a great place. You're living in a great country, you're living in a great state, you're living in a great city, and why not make it the best you can make it?
Purchase prices range from $24,000 to just over $2 million, and real estate and housing director Tim Crawl-Bay says you can find something to fit your budget.
It's truly reflective of a range of prices, amenities, and so forth. So really, when we talk about the city of Wilmington as a place to live, there's a whole range of product that's available that people can access. And we're excited about that because it means that anyone's welcome to the city of Wilmington to look for a home.
On Sunday, May 6th, the city is sponsoring a citywide open house event at Gilpin Mortgage Company for prospective homeowners. I'm Curtis Gray, 1150 AM, WDEL.
The Phillies earned a victory but may face the loss of one of their key players. WDEL Sports and AccuWeather are coming up.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
In WDEL Sports, Aaron Rowan hit his first home run of the season to help the slumping Phillies beat the Washington Nationals 4-2 yesterday. Veteran left-hander Jamie Moyer took a 2-hit shutout into the ninth inning to earn his second win in 3 decisions this year. Tom Gordon came on and made things interesting, hitting his first batter, then allowing a single that loaded the bases with no outs. Flash, however, earned his 3rd save of the year after a sacrifice fly, a ground out, and a strikeout. The Phillies take their 4-10 record to Cincinnati for a 3-game weekend series with the Reds. You can hear tonight's action on 1150 AM WDEL, starting with the pregame show at 6:35. Ryan Howard sat out the Phillies' win yesterday with a left leg injury that's expected to sideline him at least one more game. The reigning National League MVP hurt himself running out of fielder's choice in the 10th inning of Wednesday night's game. The Phillies list him as day-to-day, saying he sprained the ligament that connects the tibia to the fibia just below the knee. And the Blue Rocks blew 2 leads on the way to a 5-4 loss to the Winston-Salem Warthogs. The Rocks had an early 1-0 lead in the 2nd inning and a 3-1 lead in the 5th, but the Warthogs rallied from behind to take a 4-3 edge in the 6th. In the top of the 9th, Brett Bigler hit an RBI single to tie the game for the Blue Rocks, but in the bottom of the inning, an RBI single gave the Warthogs the win. The 2 teams go at it again tonight in Winston-Salem at 7 o'clock. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast. Mostly sunny today with a high of 69 degrees. Tonight, clear skies, low down to 40. Tomorrow, sunshine again, high of 74. Then on Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 76. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Carl Konevsky in for Chris Carl. Thanks for watching.